Alright friends, I'm back. Part 2 of the classic Halloween jack-o'-lantern. Hey, if you don't know where the folklore came from for jack-o'-lanterns, you probably want to look that up. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start carving this bad boy out with just this little knife. And we're going to see where we get. I like the classic face on my jack-o'-lanterns. There's something about stabbing the pumpkin. It's very satisfying. Call me a weirdo. Maybe I am. Alright friends, I'm getting ready to pop his eye out. I do go over top the markings usually. It's why I make them smaller because I always know I'm going to go out of line and cut this thing way bigger than I originally thought. Woo! Look how pretty. I had to turn him over. He's a tough one. You should be able to just pick up his pieces out of the spot that you have carved. That's the goal. Alright guys, I got him carved out in the front and now I'm going to do the cap. I'm going to take it off, scoop it out, and show you what I do with the seeds. I'm about halfway through the cap. We have broken open to his brain. To the tunes of Toccata and Fugue. Alright, so what I do with my pumpkin is I put the cap in the sink and I cut off all the stringy guts. That way we have a nice, clean cap for his little pumpkin skull. The next step is just removing all the guts and the pumpkin seeds, and I put those into the sink so I can wash them all off and get the seeds out to put on top of a brown paper bag that I have right here on the counter. Alright guys, I've been at it now for a few minutes with the pumpkin interior. I like to do these every season. I've been doing these for a while now, a few years. And I like to always carve these to very spooky music, like Toccata and Fugue by Bach. It's a classic. It's known for like many horror movies. So, is my life a horror movie? I don't think so. I have often wondered if this is what it feels like for surgeons and gynecologists and people who have to put their hands like in cavities. It's probably a strange thought. I know I'm not the only one who's... Give me a break. I know I'm not the only one who has thought that weird thought. Alright guys, we have the pumpkin all gutted and everything, and the next step before I even do the seeds is I place a bunch of paper towels down inside of him to kind of soak up any extra liquid, and then he'll just get a tea light that is a battery operated tea light because of fire hazards, and also real lights, fire inside of the pumpkin kind of makes them decompose a lot faster. And my goal is to keep this guy all the way through Halloween and then up until around November 5th. And then I will take the pumpkin and I will feed it to the deer. So I'll just put it outside, you know, further away from the door. It goes outside, but I will move it further away from the door for them because they will not come up to the door, thankfully. And they can munch away on this pumpkin. So let me go ahead and show you. I think I put a lot of towels in there. So we'll just give it about 15 minutes and then we're going to throw that towel away and put the cap on and sit him outside. All right, friends, so he's all dried out and he's ready to be set outside overnight, and then I'll probably put a light in him tomorrow night. A word about people who are gifted, intuitive, psychic, left-handed individuals. That's me. I like to practice the oldest and most ancient awareness tactics. There you go. That's a very decent way of saying I like to honor the old ways, and many of them I go for a lot of different methods. So one of the methods I like to use to go and stay into my highest state while I'm awake is using music throughout the house through Alexas that do not have words. So meditative state, awake state, heightened, altered state of consciousness where I'm almost astral projecting through the noise factor, music factor, harmony factor. It's kind of hard to explain, but when words are incorporated, it puts you into a different state of meditation where you're sitting still. And I'm in a awake state where I'm walking around doing tasks all day, but I have music in the background that is either classical pieces or it's going to be mantra pieces that are Tibetan bells, Buddha, things like that. It can't have chants in it. It can have bells, but it can't have chants, because if it has chants in it, then I will want to sit and go into a state where I'm not moving my body. So that's something to be aware of. You can go into meditative states through hiking, walking on a beach perhaps, or in the forest on a path, or, a mountainside. You can go into a meditative state while you are moving your body as well. People do not talk about that or teach it. I've been teaching that since I was 17, and I'll be 54. All right, friends, so the last step before I place this beautiful pumpkin outside is going to be to go ahead and rinse the seeds out that I want to save to use for a pumpkin patch next year. I'm not going to do all the seeds because there's a lot, and I'm not going to use all those. I'm probably going to do like a 5x7 patch, which is maybe 8 to 12 pumpkins, maybe a little bit more if they don't have rot and things like that happen to them. But we're going to go ahead and rinse these out. I'll rinse them really good so they're not sticky anymore, and then we're going to show you the next step. All right, guys, so you can see I have dozens of seeds here available, and I don't know, maybe I'll expand my pumpkin patch and do, double the size next season. That would be fun. My plan is to be able to grow enough pumpkins to just have many more jack-o'-lanterns and maybe do some canning. Do you want to eat? For those of you who do not know why around in these parts I'm kind of famous, and I'm kind of a strange one, so go ahead and look up Ghost Nation, the witching tree, and look for the brunette. Look for the brunette in the ritual circle, leading the ritual for that crew of Ghost Nation, which used to be called Ghost Hunters for many, many, many years. So also the cat you're looking at has a book written after him. It's called The Feline Familiar, Bewitch the Witch. He is a miracle cat, has survived something that most cats could never survive. He's a really cool guy. So check that episode out. And if that doesn't scare you away, then welcome to Preceptor 1111. Hey, leave a comment.